You are now watching Mixed Refly. Yeah, yeah. 007 James Bond, the where I wear suit and a tie.
This guy is not a genius. Why are they talking about Terrence Howard?
Terrence. People are more gullible now than they ever have been in the history of this species. That is just a fact. People are throwing away any level of thinking and rationality just to believe in the most outlandish garbage imaginable and just falling victim to every
I believed it. I saw this clip on Twitter.
Scam you could ever possibly drum up. 3 days ago, the stupid man's genius, Terrence Howard, went on Joe Rogan's podcast, and Joe Rogan only piped up for 13 minutes out of this 3-hour Arkham Asylum debriefing. That's 13 minutes worth of speaking from Rogan here. The rest was Terrence Howard brainwashing idiots into thinking that he's some kind of enlightened genius. For almost a decade now, Terrence Howard has gone on this international mission to convince the world that teriology is the future. That's what he calls his logic language. Teriology. Let that just marinate in your noodles up here for a second. You're believing in a guy who's preaching about teriology. So, there already exists so many people that have broken down everything Terrence Howard is wrong about in the teriology logic language system. I'm just going to focus on his biggest one. 1 times 1 equals 2. That is something that he has built his entire fucking identity around when it comes to his math. And for the first 9 years of this one-man traveling circus, everyone laughed at him because it's so outrageous. If we followed teriology, cars, phones, planes, medicine, literally everything that is keeping you alive right now would not exist because his logic language is fundamentally wrong. It's not up for interpretation. He is provably wrong in every possible measurement. And I want to dive into this deeply because so many people are thinking that he is correct. They are throating his cock and balls, literally slobbering all over his meat because he went on Rogan and used words they didn't understand. So since they didn't understand the words, they took it as a sign that this guy's the fucking chosen one when it comes to math. I'm not even mad at Terrence Howard. I want to make that clear. I'm mad that a lot of people think Terrence Howard is right. I'm more mad at the gullibility of people to just take this at face value without doing any level of...
What did he even say? Well, let's find out what he said. Fuck. I don't think he gives us the example in the fucking video. God damn it! Now we gotta do our own research. Because I literally saw it on Twitter. I love giving context to what I'm talking about.
Mile equals 63,360 inches. So the number of years that it will take for the Earth to move 1 mile is 105,600 years. So that in order for the Earth to reach where we are at 93 million miles, it would take 9,820,800,000,000 years for the Earth to get here. Likewise, Mars, at 147 million miles away from the sun, it would take 15,780,480,000,000 years for Mars to get where it was. So at a given...
All right, we got to get to the... He got me knocking shit over. Look at what the fuck y'all just did.
What my first patent was, the entire AR, VR world was built off of my first patent that was abandoned. If you would pull up my...
Fuck, where's the math equation thing?
This is not his field of study, though, right?
No, he's astrophysicist. He's an astrophysicist, but Walter Russell talked about...
Damn it!
See, the 5 platonic solids.
Damn it! He yap about a lot. Where the fuck is the math equation?
Terrence Howard. The only person you should be concerning yourself with right now is Terrence Howard, because he's single-handedly saving the world right now. This isn't a joke. I'm not being dramatic. He is the most important person on Earth. Stop paying attention to everything else on the internet right now, including me. Don't worry, you won't be missing anything. I'll only be making more Watch Terrence Howard videos. I could talk for hours about how important he is, how right he is, how he might be the one to bridge the gap to the new Atlantis, but I'll let him speak for himself. And luckily, he just did an episode with Joe Rogan, and there's a lot of good stuff there. I'm so serious right now.
Chad, I don't know what's going on in the streets. I'm just trying to help prove the point. Fuck. God fucking damn it. Here we go.
Mentals are a little bit off. There are no straight lines.
Right.
I saw him at an event TV thing, and it was only 36 pages. It was a treatise page thing that had the wave conjugation behind everything. He was the people that I looked up to. He attacked them, said it's illogical, where the square root of a number added to itself will equal more than that number squared. But that's what happens with the square root of 2. That's what happens with most of the numbers. I was like, how is it that multiplication, if it means to make more and increase in number, how is 1 times 1 equaling 1 part of the multiplication table? Now, I understand that if you're seeing it one time,
Right.
but we call that once. But the moment that you had that add the times in there, that multiplicative indicator, that means there's more than 1. So now each equation is supposed to be balanced. You know, that equal sign is supposed to show that there's a balance between these 2 numbers over here and a balance on this one over here. What happened to the other one in this equation? It didn't equate. And then I took the square root of that number. I took the square root of 2. Because all this started in 3rd grade. I was arguing with my teacher because we were talking about the square root of 100. Oh, my God.
So
God damn it. Chat, y'all just can't keep up. That's all that I'm figuring out. Y'all aren't logical enough to understand what we speaking on. And that's your problem, not mine. You know? That's something that you got to deal with.
You had heard that I said 1 times 1 equal 2, didn't you? You had heard it somewhere. Somebody. That was
Yeah, I'd heard it.
And then everybody said I was crazy.
Yeah, they did say that.
Well, am I crazy or is the calculator broke?
I mean, are those my only 2 options?
What do you think?
Am I crazy or is the calculator broke? He basically saying if 1 times 1 equals 1, why is it not 2? Because if you time something or multiply means to add some. Shut up, chat. Y'all know what the fuck I'm trying to say. What's the definition of multiply? What's the definition of multiply? To multiply means to increase or cause to increase greatly in number or quantity. But if you 1 times 1, which is multiplying 1 by itself, you're not increasing anything. That's why he thinks it's fucking fallacy or not real. That's what all I'm trying to say. I said all that to say this. To multiply means to increase, and since 1 times 1 is still 1, nothing was increased. So that's why he think this shit don't make sense. You know? God damn it. That's deep, man. This ain't no fucking hustle and flow.
Thinking for themselves. It's so easy now for people to just throw away their own thoughts and just let people tell them what they should believe in. They're like, yep, that sounds right. I want to believe in that, so I will. It's so fucking frustrating because that sets us so far back. Now, before I even dive deep into this rabbit hole, I want to tackle his biggest one that he has always put on the boxing gloves and fought for the honor of, which is 1 times 1 equaling 2. He even made his own YouTube video here explaining how 1 times 1 equals 2, and admittedly, if you set aside everything that he's wrong about, he's still fucking wrong. He doesn't even come close to accidentally tickling something correct. He is
accidentally tickling.
Fishing around in the dark looking for a urinal to piss on, but he keeps pissing on the floor because he can't find it. He doesn't decide to just turn the lights on. He wants to live in this absolute, void of logic. I am going to demonstrate why 1 times 1 can never equal 2. A 3rd grader could do this, and I'm going to break it down in a way that no matter how stupid you are, and no matter how much you want to believe in this concept, it can't work. In no dimension in the multiverse could this ever be a real possibility. So when you're saying times, when you're using multiplication here, you're talking about the groups of something. So one group of 1 is 1, but let's get more physical with it. And I'm going to do it using a physical object here. We're going to get real, kinetic with it. And I'm going to use the GamerSupps Moist Waifu Cup. So this is me on the cup, big titty anime girl. It's available.
How's that you?
gamersubs.gg. I'll put a link to it in the description. It's available for the next 2 weeks. This just seemed like a natural segue into mentioning that while I demonstrate this. Now let's put this concept into practice in a real-world scenario.
Let's do
You
it.
catch me at the grocery store, you say, "Pardon me, Charles, looking extraordinarily breedable as ever today. I have this box of moist GamerSupps waifu cups. Come take a peek." And I march on over and I say, "By Jove, look at that. There is a single moist waifu shaker cup in that box. There is one box with one moist GamerSupps cup in it. One box with one cup. I pick that up, I would have one shaker cup. 1 times 1 equals 1. That's just how it works. There's not any scenario where all of a sudden this waifu shaker cup is going to start budding like it's fucking SpongeBob and I'll end up with 2 somehow. That's not how it works. I have one box that has one cup in it. You come up to me again, this time it's at a Sam Ash music store, I'm fucking blowing away at a trumpet. You say, "Charles, check out these moist GamerSupps waifu shaker cups I have in these boxes." I say, "Oh, how many cups are per box?" You say, "There's 2 waifu shaker cups in these boxes," and I have 2 boxes. 2 boxes of 2 waifu shaker cups, that's 4 total waifu shaker cups. 2 times 2. It's like, this shouldn't be a hard thing for people to grasp.
And basically, that's why Terrence Howard is wrong. He cooking with the cups of the boobs. He talking to y'all just choose not to listen, chat. But as long as I'm here, y'all gonna always learn something. That's what these streams are for, to help the chat really learn.